Get him. Get him. Hit him with a pose. Yeah.
Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy, back in HD here, and welcome to another YouTube video. Alright guys, so in today's video, we're going to be updating my midfielders list today, okay? So we're going to be going over the top 10 center mids and including the CDM as well. Once we get to around the top 5, I'm going to start splitting it up. We're going to be doing the top 5 best CDMs in game and then the top 5 best center mids in game. But overall, we're going to do a top 10. Now this list, it is a non-budget list, so any budget can be anywhere on this list. Do want to know if a player fits your budget, you have to watch the video entirely all the way through. A lot of you guys ask what skill points you should use on a midfielder. You can either go defending or physical. It is completely up to you. Anything but passing. Looking into the defending stats, it boosts awareness, marking, and standing tackle. And the physical does more of ball control, strength, and balance. Okay, so again, pick your poison at this point. It just doesn't matter which one you go for. That's gonna be enough yapping for me. Once again, this is my opinion and my opinion only. So if you have a midfielder, center mid, CDM that is absolutely working, or one that's not mentioned in this video, please don't ask where is this card or this card. Stating that, without further ado, we're gonna start with our number 10. All right guys, so number 10, we're going to be starting off with Kuyt. Okay, so this card, he does have a right winger version. Please don't ask me if his right winger version can play center mid or whatnot. Just his center mid version. Okay, so there is a couple downside on this card. So me personally, when I'm using center mids, I love when they have the 4-star skills. So Dirk has maximum stamina. He does have 3-star skills, so if you don't mind that, then it really doesn't matter. But I have faced against this card and he's pretty silky smooth. He scored a couple goals against me with a 4-star weak foot as well. Yeah, he's a pretty decent card. He's not bad. He's a well-rounded card. Going into his work rate and all that good stuff, he does have the high work rate, early crosser and power header trait, which I didn't know. He's well over 6 foot. And yeah, going into his transfer value, he is probably a mid-budget, so I would probably say getting his rank 4 or rank 5 will be the best way to go. Without further ado, we're now going to move into our number 9. All right, you guys, he's a bit of an older card, and I would completely give this one like a cam, but our number 9 for our center mid spot is going to be none other than the 98 version of Socrates. Now with this card, he has to be completely maxed out, I'm not going to lie. So 5-star stamina, 4-star skills. Going into his work rate, he does have the high, medium, long shot taker, and flare. He's very good at quick release shots. Very tall as well. So a downside on this card is just he's an older model on the card. So if you have a higher budget and you're wondering if you want to use his 103 as a center mid, you can. Going into his transfer value, he's a bit on the cheaper side. Okay, not too cheap, not too expensive. So getting his rank 5, since he's an older card, is an absolute must. Okay, so without further ado, we're now moving into our number 8. All right, you guys, so our number 8 is going to be a CDM. For our first CDM, it is going to be Palhinha. Okay, so is the 101 Palhinha, and I believe he has a Euros version as well, so you can also downgrade to that Euros version if you don't have the coins for this one. But this one's pretty affordable. 4.5-star stamina, 2-star skills. He does have the 4-star weak foot, very tall as well, medium high work rate, dive into tackles, and long passer. He's very good at what he does. His standing tackle is great. You see him in the midfield the entire time. He's tall. Another thing to notice with CDMs, when I use my CDMs, they are not to do flashy skills. They're not to dribble through 5-6 opponents. All their job is to do is to win the ball and give it to your creative players. Okay, so with a card like this, I would recommend going on the defending skill trait for their awareness, marking, and standing tackle, because it's a CDM. Going into his transfer value, he is very cheap. Okay, so like I said, if you cannot afford this version and you're looking for a cheaper version, you can go to his Euros version. Getting his rank 5 preferably is a must, but you can get his rank 4 as well, but his rank 5 is an absolute must. Okay, now we're gonna move into our number 7. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 7 is going to be center mid, none other than Milinkovic-Savic. Okay, so this card is, we call him the baby Gullit, and I cannot wait for him to get a better card. So he's very tall, also has the 5-star weak foot, 5-star stamina, 4-star skills, high, medium work rate, long shot taker, power header, and outside of the foot shot. That's why we call him the baby Gullit, because he has stats pretty similar to Gullit, and I think he is Gullit gang because all his stats are over 80. Pretty much all his stats are over 90. And going into his transfer value, again, getting his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Okay, we're now going to move into our number 6. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 6 is going to be none other than 101 Patrick Vieira. Okay, I know this is the center mid version, so I'm giving the number 6 to pretty much both his 101 and his 104. So both those versions are going to be in the number 6 spot. So wherever your budget lies, that's the one you're able to afford. That's the one you're able to get. All right, so with his 104, as you guys can see, he does have the high work rate, which is absolutely brilliant for Vieira. Now, when it comes to center mid, I'm also going to be talking about their work rate. Any center mid or CDM that has the medium work rate, I try my absolute best to stay away from those cards. It's just they are very inconsistent. I'm not saying they're not good, but they're very inconsistent when it comes to performance. So this 104 does have the high work rate. So, he has power header as well, 5-star stamina. Once again, he does have the 3-star skills, but it doesn't really matter as much. And this is the card that you can play in the CDM role. His standing tackle is absolutely brilliant. He's one of the fastest midfielders in the game. He's very aggressive. Going into his transfer value, again, it is the 104 and he's quite expensive. So getting his rank 4 or rank 5, if you pack him, you're wondering if this version is good or not, absolutely yes, you can go ahead and use this one. Also for his 101 version, if we take a look at the work rate, this one is medium high, so he's more of a CDM type of player. He has solid player leadership and power header, which are also very good. His transfer value is a bit on the cheaper side, so getting his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we're gonna get into our top 5. Okay, so I'm gonna be giving you guys the top 5 center mids in my opinion that I believe are the best in the game, and the top 5 CDMs that I believe are the best in the game, and then we'll add some honorable mention for you guys. Okay, without further ado, we're gonna go into our top 5, starting with our CDM. All right, so going for the CDM, number 5 is going to be Matuidi. Okay, this is an absolute CDM. He does have the 5-star stamina and 3-star skills. Like I said, for CDMs, their skills really doesn't matter. You just want them to win the ball. Okay, going into their traits, he does have the high work rate. He doesn't have any extra trait. He is taking the number 5 spot. However, looking at his strength, when it comes to CDMs, I look at more of their strength, their aggression, and their standing tackle. Yeah, more of their standing tackle and awareness, which for Matuidi, it is very high. Okay, so going into his transfer value, he is a bit on the expensive side. Like a lot of the cards are a bit on the expensive side because they're newer cards. So if you pack this card and you're wondering if you should use him or not, the answer is absolutely yes. A downside on him, obviously, he has the 3-star weak foot. So getting his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now we're going to move into our number 5 for our center mid. All right, you guys, number 5 for our center mid, I'm going to be giving it to Yaya Toure. Okay, so this is the version that I use, and I'm absolutely enjoying using this card. Amazing to use. He's all over the pitch. And yeah, so he has the 5-star stamina, 4-star skills, high work rate as well, and he has lots and lots of traits to follow along, and he's just an absolute brilliant card. So as well as this 100 Yaya Toure, also going to be including his 105 as our number 5 as well. Difference with this 105 is this one has the medium work rate, but it doesn't matter because his card is still very brilliant. The medium work rate works with some players, but not all. Like, I know I said there are inconsistencies, but this Yaya Toure is just, he's too dominant in the game. He's a brilliant card, you guys. Standing tackle, strength, he does it all, man. Recovery is very good. This one is a bit more on the expensive side, so if you pack him or you're wondering if you should use him or not, the answer is absolutely yes. Getting his rank 4 or ranking him up to rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Very similar to the 100, which is a bit on the cheaper side. We can call this mid-budget, but now it's cheaper. Getting his rank 5 is an absolute must. Okay, you can use his rank 4 as well. Now we're going to be moving on to our number 4 for our CDMs and our center mid, starting with our CDM. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 4, I'm going to give it to Marquez. Okay, so Marquez is a card that I recently started using on another account. He's actually very good. One thing that surprised me a lot with this card is his shooting. His standing tackle is very good. He's strong on the ball. 4.5-star stamina, 3-star skills, medium high work rate, dives in a tackle, long passer. So his marking, his strength is up there, very good. Again, when it comes to CDM, you just want to win the ball and then pass it up. He has pretty decent passing for a CDM. Going into his transfer value, he's mid-range budget, so getting his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now we're going to move into our number 4 for the center mid. All right, guys, number 4 for center mid is going to be none other than Jude Bellingham, and I'm so glad they gave this card a center mid instead of a CDM. Yeah, so his 105 is absolutely amazing. I've played against him. Brilliant card. He can do it all. One of the faster center mids in game. 5-star stamina, 4.5 stars, not 4.5 star skills, 4-star skills. Going into his trait, he has dive into tackle and flare, has that high work rate. And if you're wondering if his ultimate team of the season version, so the 99 one, the 99 center mid one, yes, that one is still valid. So if you're not able to afford his 105, I recommend using that one as well. So he's more of an attacking center mid, so I mean, leaning more towards physical. You can also put defending on him as well, depending on how you want to use him, but those are the only two I recommend. For a guy with 103 base passing, you're not really going to have trouble with passing. Going into his transfer value, of course, with him being one of the higher center mids in game, he is going to be quite expensive. So if you pack him and you're wondering if you should be using him or not, the answer is yes. So getting his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now we're going to be moving into our number 3 for both the CDMs and the center mid. All right, guys, so the number 3 for the CDM role is going to be Frank Rijkaard, the 104 version and the 104 version only. If you're wondering if his previous versions are good to use, I really am not interested in any of his previous versions, just because they're very inconsistent. But this is the version that I think is probably his best version. So 4.5-star stamina, 3-star skills, and going into his trait, so his work rate mainly is what give him the number 3 spot. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any, like, he has outside of the foot trait. I don't know if that's going to contribute to anything. His shooting did get boosted a lot, stating the fact that I believe he can play center back and he can also play center mid. Going into his attributes, as you can see, he's very strong. His awareness and standing tackle are also very high as well. Yeah, so going into his transfer value, he's not as expensive as some of the other CDMs and center mid cards, but he's still up there for a 104. So getting his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now going into our number 3 for the center mids. All right, guys, number 3 for the center mids is going to be none other than Lothar Matthaus. Okay, so we're giving it to Matthaus. I have used this card and he's very versatile. I've played him at cam, I've played him at CDM, I've played him at center mid. And he's just a brilliant card, you guys. So he can play both CDM, cam, and center back, but his preferred position will probably be center mid. He's a workhorse, you guys. So okay, I do hope he does get a 105 in the future. But 4-star weak foot, 5-star stamina, 4-star skills, high work rates, and you can tell he does have a trait that not a lot of players have in this game. So I think Partey's son is the only other card that I think that has the second win. So it's very hard for this card to get tired. He can play full 90. He has long shot taker, and his finesse shots are actually pretty decent as well. Yeah, he could do it all, man. All his stats, he's also Hula Gang as well. Downside would be he's a bit of a smaller card, not too small though. He can still win the ball. Going into his transfer value, he's a very expensive card as well. So getting his rank 4 or rank 5, or if you do pack a card like this and you're wondering if you should use him or not, the answer is yes. All right, you guys, we're now going to be moving into our number 2 for both the CDMs and the center mid, starting with our CDM number 2. All right, so our number 2 CDM is going to be none other than Rodri. And also, if you're wondering if you can use his Euros version, yes, his Euros version is going to be a trickle down to you. Can also use his 101 Euros version as well. But yeah, man, this card is absolutely brilliant. Ballon d'Or winner Rodri. I haven't specifically used this version of the card. He does have the 5-star stamina, 3-star skills. I'm absolutely going based of all of his previous versions that I've used have been brilliant. Team of the year, ultimate team of the year, to the Euros version, they've all been very good. High work rate, long passer, long shot taker, and playmaker trait as well. Yeah, with the stats that he have, it looks like he's a bit more of an offensive player, but he is a CDM at the end of the day. So I'll pretty much give him either the defending skill or the physical skill. Doesn't really matter. Going into his transfer value, that is where the problem lies. Okay, so he is a bit expensive. So if you have the budget to get this card, getting his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Similar as to his 101 version, he's not super cheap, but he's a bit cheaper. You can probably get his rank 5 for around like 300 mil or something something like that. All right, you guys, we're now going to be moving into our number 2 for our center mid. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 for the center mid is going to be none other than this 104 KDB. Yes, I understand. You know, he is one overall lower than Bellingham. KDB has always been an absolutely amazing card to use in the center mid position, and this year he's no shy of that. So 4.5 star stamina, 4-star skills, just an absolutely brilliant card, you guys. More pace. As you can see, his standout stat here will be his passing and his dribbling. A high medium work rate, so he's more of the attacking center mid, more of the one that you want to give the ball to. Looking into his traits: long passer, long shot taker, playmaker, and outside of the foot shot. So if you have a midfield of 3 where you have 2 center mids and a CDM, De Bruyne will absolutely shine for you. Going into his transfer value, it's a bit on the expensive side, getting his rank 4 or rank 5. Or if you do pack this card and you're wondering if you should use him or not, the answer is absolutely yes. We're now going to move into our number 1 for both the CDMs and the center mids, and we'll be flashing you guys with some honorable mentions as well. So without further ado, we're going to get into that, starting with our number 1. All right, so currently the number 1 for CDM for me is going to have to be Emmanuel Petit. You guys, this is the version of the card that I currently use. When this card came out, I was itching to get this card. Okay, so Petit cards have always been, over the years, been very good. So let's go over his stamina. So 5-star stamina, 3-star skills. Now there is going to be a lot of this question that I'm going to get in the comments of, is his anniversary version good? I'm going to say no. For me, it's not as good as this one, simply because this one has the high work rate and his anniversary version has the medium work rate. So if you are going to use any of his downgraded versions to be his lower version, I think I have used it previously. I just forgot which version it was. But this will have dives in a tackle and long shot taker. And this card has been absolutely amazing for me. Going into his transfer value, he is on the expensive side, however. But getting his rank 4, I do have his rank 5, would be the best way to go. Now moving on to our number 1 for our center mid. All right, ladies and gentlemen, obviously the number 1, you guys all saw a comment, is going to be none other than the 105 Ruud Gullit. His 99 version is also available as well if you guys are, you know, with a lower budget, and I would recommend his 99 because I did run with this one for a very long time before his 105 came out, and this card is still absolutely broken and amazing. But yeah, man, I would probably say best center mid in game. I don't know, man. There's just no card that comes close to this card. I mean, obviously, yeah, but he can play so many positions. CDM, cam, striker. He used to be able to play center back, but I think his 99 version plays center back. Okay, so 5-star stamina, 4-star skills. Yeah, he has it all. You don't even need to look at his stats, man. High work rate as well. Powerful driven free kick, playmaker, and power header. One thing that his 99 has that his 105 doesn't have, as you guys can see, he does have speed dribbler and solid player on his 99 version. But yeah, going into the transfer value, one of the best center mids in game. Obviously, he's going to be one of the most expensive center mids in game. His value is out of this world. But if you do pack him in and you're wondering if you should use him or not, I really don't think you should be playing this game. But getting his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Getting the rank 4, preferably the rank 5, would be the best way to go. All right, you guys, now we're going to be moving quickly into the honorable mentions. There are also cards that can fit anywhere within the bottom 5. So without further ado, we're going to move into our honorable mention number 1. All right, honorable mention number 1 is going to be none other than 104 Xavi Alonso. Now, he does have a center mid version, but I feel like he's more of a CDM type player, just because of the stats that he has. But yeah, so 4.5-star stamina, 3-star skills. Once again, he's more of a defensive center mid, so going with defending skill trait would be, you know, more optimal than the physical, but you can also do physical as well. Yeah, so high work rate, dive in a tackle, long passer, long shot taker, and playmaker as well for CDM / center mid is really good. So looking at his strength, he does have a lot of strength already. Awareness, standing tackle is there as well. So if you're looking for more of the defensive center mid, yeah, Xavi's your guy. Very good at that. With transfer value, he's one of the newer cards in game, so getting his rank 4, or if you pack him and you're wondering if you should use him or not, the answer is absolutely yes. So yeah, getting his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now moving on to honorable mention number 2. Honorable mention number 2 is going to be center mid Marquez. Okay, so I previously used, I believe it was his 97 And his 97 was decent. So if you're not able to afford this one, you can also drop to his 97. But again, if you're gonna drop to his 97, it has to be the rank 5. That's the only way to get the best performance out of these cards. But yeah, but Marquez has always been kind of like a Dark Knight. 4.5 star stamina, 4-star skills, high work rate as well. So he's a brilliant card, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. His standing tackle, just the way he moves the ball. Okay, he's very techy, and his finishing is brilliant. I do feel like he does deserve a finesse shot trade because he's very good on both feet. So flair, long passer, long shot taker as well. He's very good at those. Going into his transfer value, getting his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now moving on to honorable mention number 3. All right, guys, honorable mention number 3 is going to be none other than Sandro Tonali, the 104 CDM. 4.5 star stamina, 3-star skills as well. Very good pace. Very good passing as well for a CDM. Medium high work rate, dive and tackle, long passer, and playmaker. For a CDM to have these traits, obviously you don't want to go for passing on their card anyway. You can go for defending or physical, like I say in all of this. But yeah, so his awareness, standing tackle is not as high, but it's very good in game. So for Tonali, I know I usually say go for defending for your CDMs and whatnot. But as you can see, for his strength, he only has 95. So you can probably go for physical just to boost that strength of his. So that's why I said, depending on the card, you get to choose which skill point you want to use. Okay, going into his transfer value, you can getting his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. And if you do pack this card, you're wondering if you should use him or not, the answer is absolutely yes. All right, you guys, that is going to be it for our CDM'S/CDM video. If you guys did enjoy this video, we are on our road to 13k subs. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and make sure to click this video here to see more videos like this one.